Hello everyone, my name is Shubham Gautam and I am a third year computer science engineering student from Bennett University, and today I am going to take a seminar on market basket analysis, which is a part of data mining. So let's get started with the table of contents. We will first do a quick summary of data mining. We will introduce you to the topics of data mining, and then we will move on to the introduction of market basket analysis, and then the application of market basket analysis, and then the last will be the a priori algorithm that is used in the making and the implementation of the market basket analysis. So let's get started with what makes market basket analysis emerging. Before getting started with the topic, I think it should be my aim to get you interested in the topic. So firstly, it has been used by Amazon. The feature that you must have seen in the website, that frequently bought together feature used in e-commerce sites, it is based on the market basket analysis feature. Sales and marketing of the retailers have increased gradually over the years because of this feature. And efficient algorithm, the a priori algorithm, which we'll be discussing, is very classical and exhaustive and has been used over the years in data mining, and that is what we will be emphasizing on in the later part of the video. This is the screenshot of the Amazon site, that you can see that when buying a phone, we are also able to get that we can buy it with a phone case or a glass screen cover, and this is the feature that is being implemented because of the a priori algorithm that is included in the market basket analysis. So what is data mining? It's like finding and extracting hidden data and from large subsets of database, or you can say a data warehouse. Discovering interesting patterns involved by analyzing huge database, and it transforms and convert the data to a transformable and purposeful resource. Data mining conflicts of domains. What it means that it consists of multiple domains. It is not that data mining just woke up one day and it got established. It is based on multiple unions of various fields like machine learning, database system, statistics, and information science. Machine learning is like model of what is happening behind the information so that it can predict the future results. Database system is very important because here we will be working with the large sets of data, and for that we need a database system so that we can show patterns which can improve decision making dramatically. Statistics is very important because it will be the tool for dealing with large amount of data and analysis and presentation of the numeric data. Information science of dealing with effective storage and retrieval and use of information. It is very important because when we will be dealing with data, we will have to be selective in the choice of our data, and for that we will be needing information science. Data mining basic architecture. We will not be going too deep in this topic as it will be getting boring for you, but it's very important to get the crux of it. We will be starting with the data source, which is the data warehouse or the database that I told you in the starting. Different processes will be included in the structure, like data must be cleaned, handled well, integrated, and then selected. The data warehouse server is also important because it consists of the original data that is to be processed, and the server is the cause for retrieving the relevant data. Data mining engine consists of the data mining task, association. Association has to be remembered because it is a very important part for market basket analysis, and the pattern evolution model. The pattern has to be observed, and that will be done by using a priori algorithm. The graphical user interface is the way between the user and the technical team to connect with you, the data mining system, and the user. The data mining techniques. Now there are 5 data mining techniques broadly. Firstly, classification and prediction, time series analysis, cluster analysis, associative rule, and sequential pattern. Classification and prediction has been very famous field in the machine learning also, and it is similar here also in the data mining, because here we can, for example, in Outlook characterize an email as legitimate or spam. In time series analysis, it's generating valuable information for long-term business decisions. The cluster analysis is like creating segments, movie recommendation systems, creating customer profile systems. It's like creating customer profiling resumes based on some similar features and then cluster it. And the sequential pattern is about similar pattern in transaction data over a time. The most important part which we will be emphasizing on is the associative rule, because the market basket analysis is a subset of the associative rule, and associative rule has been implemented for many other purposes also over the years. So here we can get an introduction of the market basket analysis. Huge amount of data purchases is being collected and stored, but what is being done with the data? The question is that. What we can do is now analyze the purchase that commonly happen together. For example, people who buy bread are also going to buy jelly or butter. They are not going to eat just the bread as a whole. Now this strategy about people buying various things together with other things can increase the sales and business, by which the benefit will go to the retailers. Application which I also mentioned in the starting is that Amazon has used it to suggest items that you might get interested in based on the browsing history or the other people that have purchased it. It is not limited to shopping carts. It is also used for the analysis of fraudulent insurance claims or credit card purchases, although it's not used in that field. It's mainly used in the market basket analysis only. Associative rule terminology in market basket analysis. Now there are some terminology that you have to be familiar with in order to proceed. Transactions, this can be a table or data set which will be a form of item set and frequent item set are two different things that I will tell you in the later part of the video. Support is very important because it measures how the item in association occur together as a total of all transactions. Simply it means that the frequency of an item occurring in an item set. Confidence is a measure of uncertainty or trustworthiness associated with each explored pattern. Now confidence measures the trust, like it is a formula based measure which will be set within a particular threshold. Lift is a very important value because it consists of three values: 1, greater than 1 and less than 1, the meaning of which will be explained further. Now let's take an example. We have milk and we have butter and we have few customers. Now 50 customers bought 10 bought milk, 8 bought butter and 6 bought both of them. Now the rule and the formula is mentioned here. The support is given by the frequency. The confidence is given by the frequency of the item that is included in the subsets upon the frequency of the only item and not the whole. And the lift is then given upon support of x into support of y, which is not relevant right now, but I will explain it later. Support here, like you can see, is given by butter p bracket butter and milk 6 by 100, and because 6 people bought both of them. The confidence is given by support of both butter and milk divided by the probability of getting butter, and that is 0.06 upon 0.08, which is 0.75. Now what does these values denote? If A then B, this will be mentioned when you study data mining associative rule, because the if value here is called antecedent and the statement is called consequent. The relations where we can get associations between two items is single card inutility. But does the database of a retailer consist of a single card inutility? No, it consists of many number of items, making way for the need of metrics like support, confidence and lift. When lift equal to 1, it means that the elements, the if and then elements are independent of each other. And if it's less than 1, it means that they are having a negative impact on each other. And if it's greater than 1, it's a good sign, because then they are dependent on each other. Now here is a GIF explaining how we have got 4 items, but then we also see how dependent they are on each other. And when we match them according to the subsets, we finally get that the 3 item subsets along with each other that usually get bought by the customers. Apriori algorithm, which is based on association rule. Now this is a very important algorithm, and it is one of the best algorithms to find association rule between objects. It helps the customers to buy product with ease and increase the annual sales of the particular store. Apriori algorithm use BFS, breadth first search, and hash tree to calculate the item set associations effectively. And breadth first search has also been used many times in the past for data structure algorithms. So now let's see the mechanism involved in the implementation of a priori algorithm. Few points that are to be remembered before starting with the algorithm. Firstly, that all subsets of a frequent item set must also be frequent. Also, just to be clear, frequent item sets are the ones which occur at least a minimum number of times in the transactions, because of which they are able to cross the minimum threshold support value as set in order to initialize. Secondly, we will be shortlisting subsets on the basis of support values, and then we will be moving forward towards the part where we will have to calculate the confidence value, which will further shortlist the subsets, since we will eliminate the ones who are not able to cross the threshold confidence value. Here is the transaction table, in which let us take 5 transactions, items occurrence of which is given also. Now we will have to create item sets starting with the size of 1, but before that let's assume that the minimum support threshold is 2. Here is the item set with the occurrence of 1, and support values can simply be calculated by noting the frequency of the items in the main transaction table. Like 4 here occurred only one time, which is below the threshold value, and so it can be eliminated. Next step is to create the item set of size 2, which is to be derived from table F1 that we get after eliminating 4. And here is the table of item set size 2, which is created simply by getting subsets of values, and now it can be clearly seen that the item set 1, 2 is to be eliminated. And now moving further, similarly we will have to create item set of size 3, but here comes the introduction of pruning, which is basically that we can divide the C3 table further into subsets in order to check if there is any further value who cannot cross the threshold support value. Now it's time to wake up, and hope you remember we eliminated 1, 2. So after pruning, since we noticed about the occurrence of 1, 2 here, the item set of size 3 gets simplified easily. So we are left with the item set in which both have support 2. Since we go for item set of size 4, the support we will get will only be 1. And now we will introduce the confidence threshold value, which can be calculated as explained in the previous slide by dividing the support values of I and S as indicated. Applying the confidence formula, the rule 5 and 6 here will get eliminated, as you can also see in the screen, and we will finally be left with 4 rules. So this is about the a priori algorithm mechanism. A priori algorithm implementation can be done using Python or R language, whichever you are familiar with. I have attached a snapshot here of the R language, but I have also given 2 links in which you can find both the Python and R code for the implementation of the a priori algorithm as mentioned by the mechanism in the previous slide. There is an interesting case study which I have mentioned here, because just discussing the topic and showing you the code does not really get exciting, but I thought why not research more about the statistics and come up with an interesting case study. And the case study is that the American males on Friday afternoons buys diapers and beers together, and the correlation between them is very high. Now this is a case study that you can also study further. This has been proposed by the market basket analysis, which is further implemented using a priori algorithm, and you can study this case study on the given link in the slide. So thank you everyone for the seminar. I hope you got some knowledge and you get some benefit from the seminar, and if you liked it, please share with your friends and please like the video, and I hope I will see you soon.